All right, so this is just a quick little video, really more of a hypothetical kind of scenario for the Philadelphia 76ers. After the first two games, they have not gotten a win. They've looked decent at times. Joel has not really looked like himself so far, and it looks like they're really letting James Harden be James Harden. They're giving him the freedom that he needs to be the player that he is, and I was not high on him coming into the season. So far, he's looked great. I cannot lie, he's looked great. Do I believe in that wholeheartedly going forward? Do I think that this will continue all the way into the playoffs? No, I do not. But as of right now, he's made me look stupid, and he has looked phenomenal. So I'm not going to lie about that. I've looked very wrong on my prediction of him falling off or being on the decline. But my scenario is, should the Philadelphia 76ers just let James Harden be the number one option? Let everything run through James Harden. Because when you think about it, Joel Embiid, and you guys have to correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Joel Embiid has even made it to the conference finals with the way that he plays. Because for a big man in this league, it's hard nowadays because you're going to get doubled on the catch if you're as good as Joel Embiid is. And, teams like the Boston Celtics are really good doubling a big in the post and getting back to their man and kind of rotating and scrambling and setting their defense back up. It's really hard for him to dominate. If you watch that first game against the Celtics, they played him the best that you could possibly play him. And then you run against the Milwaukee Bucks in the second game, and I'm bringing up these teams because these are the teams he's gonna have to face to get to the finals. So he's not ducking either one of these teams. He has to face one, and he's already played them to start the season. And then in the second half against the Milwaukee Bucks, the size of their team just really bothered him. Guys like, Brook Lopez, who's a really big guy, Giannis, Brook Lopez, not Brook Lopez, with Bobby Portis, Serge Ibaka. They have bodies that they can really throw at Joel Embiid to bother him. And him going 0 for 7 in the second half, while I don't think that will happen again, it does show that this is also a team that can bother him. So my thinking of putting James Harden as the number one option is, we know at least getting somebody to the conference finals, James Harden play style has worked. And I think that it would be a little easier for Joel Embiid to kind of get in where he fits in playing this style that James Harden plays versus James Harden fitting in where Joel Embiid's play style is of throwing it down in the post. James Harden is not a guy who cuts. He's not a good off-ball player anymore. At the start of his career, he was, but at this point, that's really not his game. And I think it's hard to get somebody who's won an MVP and averaged 35 in this league to change how they score. Um, and I think, getting him and Maxey the ball on the wings and getting out and running would be a more fun play style. I don't know how happy Joel Embiid would be about it, but I think it would be a more fun play style. I think it would get them a lot more points, a lot more easy baskets. I think Joel Embiid catching in the post, he's kind of like that mellow effect of like he's massaging the basketball. He's holding it a lot. He's facing up. He's got to, let the defense get set, and they're loading up on him. Good teams defensively, like I said, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics, they're gonna load up. If they see you with the ball and you're holding it, they have time to set their defense, to communicate and get their guys ready to go. And I just think it would be an interesting look if Doc Rivers and the Philadelphia 76ers just go all in and say, hey, we're running everything through James Harden, and Joel Embiid should still be able to get his numbers, get it off the glass. Maybe we get some quick duck-ins like Shaq and Chuck and Charles Barkley talk about it a lot on TNT, is Joel has to duck in and post up really quickly. If you're on a fast break and you're running up the middle of the floor, duck in, post up. If James Harden is playing with the ball a little too much on the wing, real quick, duck in front of your man, get a post up, get an easy bucket, or get fouled. I think that if the possibility of that were to happen, I think that Joel Embiid could still get his numbers. Um, but obviously, it's his team. It's built around him. They brought James in to help him. So I'm not saying I'm for either side of it, but I'm just curious to see what you guys think. Would that be a possible option if you were in charge of the 76ers? Is that something that, as a fan, that you would like to see from them? So get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Just again, just a hypothetical. I'm not saying that I agree with this. Just curious to see what everybody thinks. So appreciate you guys for watching. Till next time.